What the fuck? Hey, dog. Yo, 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 yo. Well, well, finally.
What's up, man? You doing all right? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. I waiting for you, dog. You come on, man. All you have to do is come to the channel.
So sorry about that, bro, man. I forgot. We got a time difference here, man. Your email, so I do apologize. So hey, I do
Yeah, yeah,
apologize.
yeah.
I'm sorry
No,
about.
yeah, yeah. No, no problem. No problem. Yeah, 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 no problem. No, that's it. That's yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing too, man. If I wasn't on, and I just happened to wake up because it's like maybe about 10 o'clock here. I just happened to wake up and I just started scrolling through my phone and I was on YouTube and then I saw DJ Kudas was up. I saw him live and then I just clicked on it just to click on to see what they were saying and then they mentioned platinum. So I called in and then because I don't hate platinum or anything, but
Mm.
I think he's a fuck nigga in my opinion. But that's a different story. That's a different story.
Speak your mind. Speak your
Yeah,
mind. Speak your mind.
yeah. I think he a fuck nigga. If I ever saw him in real life, I'll slap the shit out of him, point blank.
Yeah.
But and I'm not no tough guy or anything, but I slap him not because I hate him, because he
Mm.
a fuck nigga. I know fuck niggas, man. I know niggas that's not real. But
Word,
anyway,
word.
but my point is that I ended up getting and see this is the thing. See, let me tell you something. I'm new to YouTube, but I'm not new to YouTube. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is that man, I knew a lot of these cats that's on YouTube now. I I was on YouTube. Actually, I was on YouTube way before. I was on YouTube when Tommy Sotomayor just started. I was on
Mm.
YouTube then, and I had a lot of subscribers. I think I was on YouTube for maybe 3 or 4 months, and I had like 4 or 5 thousand subscribers.
Mm.
So of course the algorithm has changed now, so it's difficult to get subscribers. But I deleted my channel and all that stuff, and I just watched YouTube over the years. So I know all these guys. I know they talking points. I know when they started. I know
Yeah.
all that shit. But now I created a new channel because I want to do something different. And that's another thing too, is that the reason why the reason why I deleted my YouTube channel, because everybody was doing kind of the stuff I was doing. I was kind of like Black Ram. It was me, Black Ram. It was the Titian. It was who else was out there then? I think
Think your man's a black?
Big J Triple X. I think he was just starting. Who else? It was a lot. That was Manosphere 1.0. We was a part of man. We was probably Manosphere 1 or 0 because
Wow,
when
I
we were
didn't know
out there
that.
talking, huh?
No, I said I didn't know. I didn't know you were. I didn't know you
I
were
can't hear you.
Manosphere One. I
Yeah, that
said
was probably man.
I didn't know you were Manosphere One.
Yeah, that was probably Manosphere number 1 probably. But anyway, but I'm not really a part of the Manosphere and all that other stuff. So I don't even think about that. But this YouTube, man, the thing that trips me out about this YouTube stuff, man, is that a lot of these people that get on these panels, they be dick riding the host. So if you come on there and you have a different opinion, or if you state something that's the contrary of what they're saying, they want to try
Yeah,
to attack you and all this other stuff. And I mean, so I'm probably not going to be hopping on panels. And the only reason I really hop on panels is so I can get my name out there, so people know who I am and stuff
yeah.
like that. So that's the only reason why I be hopping on these idiots panels. But my channel is totally different from any of these guys' channel.
I know
My
your channel.
channel, yeah, my channel is about getting guys from the West and bringing them over here to find girlfriends and wives. If they're talking about how bad the black women are over
In
in
America
America, in
and the
America,
West.
okay, yeah, in the West, well, okay, then come over here and I'll get you a wife. I'll get you a girlfriend because the women over here, you want feminine women, you want women that are submissive. Okay, come over here, and they look like you. They
Hey,
look like
Romy,
you.
Romy, Romy. One
What?
question. One question. Did
What?
you were you the one that started SYSBM?
No, of course not.
Okay, nah, because I know because yeah, the reason why I ask is because sometimes people do things before other people, right? And they don't get credit. They
Yeah,
don't get
yeah. No,
you know they
yeah,
stay
I'm not gonna,
unknown.
I'm not gonna credit. Yeah, I'm not gonna take credit for anything that I don't start. And like I said, well, I'm gonna start this movement, whatever this movement is called. Y'all can call it whatever. I call it the Queenmaker because I'm trying to make queens over here. I'm trying to get because let me tell you something. The women over here, they want to be wives. They want to be wives. They're gonna be submissive. They're gonna be team players. So,
Yeah.
but I'm calling all these guys. Let me tell you something. I don't think personally. I don't think these guys in the manosphere. I don't think they really want wives. They just want to dog out women. They just want to dog
Mhm.
out women for money. I call it profits over progress. That's
Okay,
my saying.
hold on. So like, let's get into that. Hold on, that's one thing I wanna get into from your point of view. Now the dogging out in your words, what what that looks like. What dogging out a woman looks like to you. Give me
Well,
just like how you
yeah,
was talking just now.
yeah, they just want to get on YouTube and they want to talk about how bad women are. And let me tell you something. There are bad women in every different nationality, ethnic group, country, whatever. There are bad women everywhere. There are bad women where you stay. There's bad women where I stay. There's bad women everywhere. But all women are. You got to understand something. There's almost 4 billion women on this planet. There's only there's only 20 million black men in America, and this manosphere stuff is really, especially the black manosphere, is really situated in the United States. I'm not saying that it's not in the UK now. I'm not saying that it's not in the Caribbeans now, but it's slowly getting there. But my point is that okay, you add another 10 million black men in the UK and the Caribbean islands everywhere. Okay, that gets you around maybe about 30-35 million black men that are and that's if everybody was complaining. That's 35 million black men, African descent men in the West. Well, in Africa alone, there's over 300 million women eligible, probably over 300 million eligible women that are eligible to be married. The average age in Africa is probably around 25 years old in sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking about, and even though you can marry somebody from Egypt, you can marry somebody from Morocco, uh, Tunisia, Libya. I mean, a woman is a woman. It doesn't matter what color she is. So my point is that if you're going to be complaining about, see, men, we're problem solvers. We don't sit
Yeah,
around
yeah.
and complain all the time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with complaining about something, but then eventually you have to come up with a solution. You can't complain about your car being broke every single day. Eventually, you got to go take it to a mechanic or fix it yourself. You
Mhm.
can't sit up there every day and wake up in the morning and say, my car doesn't work. Eventually, you have to figure out a way to fix your car. Is it taking it to a mechanic, or is it going on YouTube learning how to fix your car yourself, buying some tools? You got to figure out a way to solve your problem. Well, in this situation, I'm giving you a solution. I'm providing a solution for all those manosphere talking points. So, in other words, I'm finna call these guys bluff. Or are you do you really want a wife or a girlfriend or want somebody submissive? Or are you just talking? Are
But
you
Romy,
just talking?
Romy. So
Yes.
okay,
You there? Uh, I have the worst interconnection in the world. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, he bounced off. Well, since he's off, I will say this. If anybody's listening to this live stream, go to my channel. I have several channels. Just type in Rommie Peso because I'm the only Rommie Peso on YouTube. That's a pseudonym. Um, I have a travel channel. I have a dating channel. Um, my channel is based on getting men, black men. You don't even have to be black. You can be white, green, blue. You can be from Mars. I don't give a damn. But it's about finding men, girlfriends, and wives from the continent. Matter of fact, all over the world, if you really want to talk about it. These guys in the manosphere keep complaining about women being not submissive, not marriage material. They're complaining about feminism and so forth. Well, I'm going to call these guys bluff. We have women over here that are more than happy to be married. You there, Dwayne?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to organize myself. Yeah. So what I was asking, right?
Mm.
What I was asking is you can hear me good now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. I
Yeah.
sent you. I sent you a message. So sometimes my internet it might go in and out. So bear with me on
Yeah.
that. It's because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
location
I
I'm
know.
in.
I
Okay.
know because on your Bernard Riley on your discussion with Bernard Riley, I realized that your internet connection and my own is problematic to that extent. So, but anyway, so okay, so you call any manosphere men's bluff, right? What is your
Yeah.
procedure? What is your procedure in doing that? Like when they come over to where you're at, or if that is what you propose, right? If you propose that they come over to you, what process you do you go about by helping them get a wife or whatnot? What you do?
Well, when they come over, this is what I'm going to do on my channel. For every 20,000 subscribers that I get, for every 20,000 subscribers that I get, I will get a guy a passport out of my own pocket. I will give him a passport and I will give him a plane ticket
Hmm.
over to wherever I'm at, because I might be in South Africa, I might be in Kenya, I might be in Tanzania, I might be in Nigeria, I might be in Egypt, I might be in Somalia, I might be in Egypt, I might be in Ethiopia, wherever I'm at the time. I'm gonna give you a passport, and I'm gonna give you a free plane ticket over here.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have we will go all around the city. I'm probably gonna have girls already. I'm probably gonna have girls already pre-qualified,
Hmm.
but we're gonna go all over the city, looking for girls. If we don't have any already, which we probably will have some already. I have girls already lined up for them. Would have already vetted them, so I know they good girls. I know they submissive, the whole 9 yards. So my thing is that you come over here, you meet these girls, you hang out with them, you decide
Hmm.
if you want to get with them or not. If you don't get with these girls, because these girls are going to be vetted, they're going to already be vetted. So if you
Hmm.
don't get with none of these girls, or if you don't want to marry any of these girls, then I know you don't want to be married. You just want to talk.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're really straightforward. You're very, very
Yeah,
straightforward.
yeah. You just want to talk, man. You're not about. See, let me tell you something. The manosphere is
Mm.
about making money now. It's about making money. You got to understand something. You got to understand
Yeah.
something. I give you an example. Cancer. If cancer treatment. Um, they don't want to find a cure for cancer, because if they find a cure for cancer, they're not going to make any money treating cancer. You make more money treating the problem than solving the problem.
Hmm.
And treating the problem, see, with treating the problem in the manosphere, it's about talking. It's about talking, bringing people to the red pill, bringing people to the black pill, bringing people to this pill, the pink pill, the green pill, the gold pill, the white pill, whatever pill it
Purple
is.
pill.
It's about
Purple pill.
it's about it's about bringing them to the pill. It's the treatment. It's not the solution. They don't, because think about it for a second. If all the men in America, we're just gonna say America, if all the men in America found wives, there would be no more manosphere. The manosphere would be over.
Hold up, hold up.
Because
So
people,
wait. It's not. So you basically you're saying that it's not possible for them to change it to a happy message.
no, no, because they gotta make money. They gotta keep, because you gotta understand something. People people make money. People give money to what they're passionate in. For example, I give you a perfect example. Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer's um podcast, or whatever you want to call it. People are
Mm.
giving him money left and right. When they could be taking that money and putting it on their child support or giving it to their kids, but they're giving all the money to him. It's a nice little gig for him. He's making a lot of money complaining about fuck child support, fuck child support. He's making a lot of money. Um, because those guys are giving him money because they feel passionate about the child support system. Which in turns, those guys, they would have never gotten to that problem if they would have vetted their girlfriend, or or um or not had sex with a one night stand with somebody they probably didn't even want to have a kid with.
Yes,
But
yes.
they're passionate about that topic, so they're gonna keep giving it. They're gonna keep giving money. In other words, it's like this. It's the saying: wherever your heart is where your treasure is. So in essence, wherever your heart. See, a lot of people are mad and disgusted about women rejecting them, them not being able to get a certain type of woman. I mean, look at
Hmm.
Obsidian. Look at Obsidian. Obsidian cries about not being able to get a certain type of woman. Even though, here's
Hmm.
the funny part, is that he complained about women going after guys with looks, going, but yet men are going after guy with girls with looks. So it's kind of a hypocritical statement. See, and that's another thing about the manosphere is the manosphere is very hypocritical. They're very, let me tell you something. I have no problem with a person with men wanting submissive women. Have no problem with that. I have no problem with men wanting to be the leaders of their household. Have no problem with that. But then when you start talking about hypocrisy, you can't, in other words, you can't have it one way and then not expect it to be the other way. It has to be
Okay.
fair.
All right. So let's get into you have a nice point there about the hypocrisy. So I'm gonna tie that to I'm gonna tie it to the situation with Obsidian, right? So would it be hypocritical for him to want someone that looks good when he himself doesn't, quote unquote, may or may not look good?
Well, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't necessarily say hypocritical because everybody wants something better. So
Mhm.
I'm going to try to be fair when I answer that question. However, it is hypocritical for him to complain about women wanting good looking men, but then he wants a good looking woman. Because see, this is the thing is that we know as men, women have to pick men in a different way than we have to pick women. See,
Mhm.
if a woman makes a bad decision, she ends up with a baby, from a no
Mhm.
good guy. See, if a guy picks a bad woman, he just leaves the relationship. He just runs away from the relationship. Even if he did have a baby with her, he just runs away. He just drops her. So women and men, our dating dynamics are a little bit different because of the decisions we have to make. So that's the first thing we have to understand. But in my opinion, Obsidian, he's a hypocrite because it's about money. It's not about helping men. In other words, this is what I'm trying to say. Most of these guys in the manosphere, they're not trying to help men. They're trying to help themselves. They're predators. They're
Mhm.
trying to help themselves. For example, Obsidian. Obsidian first started off bashing women, talking bad about women, hoping women die and drown in their own vomit and all this other bull crap he was spewing,
Yeah.
hoping that men would latch on to that, but he saw that he wasn't getting a lot of traction and they were deleting his channels because he was talking, he was going a little far to the left. So they were attacking him, deleting his channels, making it hard for him to do business on YouTube. He switched it up, you know. So that lets you know when a person is about money when they start switching things up. It's all about money for them. And let me say something. There's nothing wrong with making money. We live in a capitalistic society where people have to make money. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with making money. But how are you going to make your money? Are you going to make your money on a corner selling drugs to people? Or are you going to make your money building a product and service that a person can enjoy? In
Facts.
other words, would you rather make money selling drugs to your community, or would you rather make money selling iPhones?
iPhone.
An iPhone is something people can use. Drugs, you can make money selling drugs, but you're poisoning the
You're ruining
community.
lives. You're ruining lives.
Yeah, you're ruining lives. And the manosphere, and I hate to say it, but the manosphere, they're gonna be ruining lives because at the end of the day, say I consume the manosphere. Say I'm a manosphere content consumer, and I'm
Yeah.
consuming a manosphere. I think that women ain't shit. I think women are bad. They're hypergamous. They this, they that, and I'm tuning in every single day listening to manosphere. I don't have a life. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have anything. I'm donating. I'm sending in super chats. But
Yeah.
then the content creator, he's taking in all that money. He's gonna find a wife because now he's a so-called high value guy. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be out here. He's gonna have a wife. He's gonna have a nice car. He's gonna have kids. He's gonna have a house. He's gonna be able to take vacations. For example, you saw me on Bernard Riley's show, right?
Yeah.
You showed me on. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This is the point that
It
this
was
is the
you. It
point
was
that
you.
a
It
lot
was
of
you.
people
Hold
get.
on. It was you and big little big Nate. You and little big Nate were on the
Yeah,
panel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna get on. We gonna get on Lil Big Fake in a minute. We gonna get on him
Yeah,
in a minute.
you
Lil
could
Big.
destroy
I
him,
call him
destroy him.
Lil Big Fake. Yeah, I call him Little Big Fake. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, yeah. But anyway, Bernard Riley. What you didn't understand about Bernard Riley is that Bernard Riley was in Miami. Bernard Riley was in Miami, and he was in Miami with a female. You
Yes.
know, which in turns he talks about, women this, women that, but he was in Miami on vacation with a female, and guess what? You can best believe all the money that he's been making on YouTube, that money was expended on that trip with that female, and I bet you that female didn't go for free. Didn't go for she didn't pay her own way. He paid her own way. He paid her way. In other
But
words,
hold up. What? Is there any cue that gave you that impression that he was the one that picked up the bill? He's the one that paid for everything. What you think? What made you think that he was the one, in your opinion, or is it just a hunch?
hold on, say that one more time. You broke up.
Um, any is there anything that made you realize that he would have been the one that paid for the trip as opposed to she paying for the trip?
No, no, it's an assumption. It's an assumption, but I'm
Hmm.
willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. I don't know where he's
Yeah.
from, but he's probably not from Florida. But I'm pretty sure no woman during the pandemic time is gonna pay for her own trip to Miami. See,
Hmm.
a lot of people don't understand. Miami is very expensive. That's probably one of the most expensive cities to travel to now. It didn't used to be like that. You could. I say this. You could probably spend less money and have a better time going to DR than Miami, because the hotels there are very expensive. The hotels, a good hotel in Miami gonna run you about 150 to 200 a night, and that's a subpar hotel. And when you start talking about real nice hotels, they probably running you 200 to 300 a night.
So
So I don't know
okay,
how
Romy.
long.
So Romy, okay,
Right.
so paint this scenario for me, right? Paint this scenario for me. So you came you come to the airport, right? You come to the airport. You come to Miami, right? How what is a good strategy for finding somewhere to stay, like like a hotel, because you mightn't have Wi-Fi and stuff. What should you do in Miami to get a hotel and
if
stuff like that?
if you well if you're talking about vacation in Miami, I mean, there's only so many places you can go. I mean, especially if you with a couple, you can go get a hotel on the strip. You can
Mhm.
get one in the city, but most people are probably going to want to get one on the on Miami Beach, on the beach, because Miami, you have the city of Miami, then you have a nice little strip that's called South Beach, that's separate from Miami, that you have to cross over to the bridge to get. Those hotels are probably a little bit more expensive, but that's where all the acting is at. That's where the nightclubs at. That's where the restaurants, bars. That's where the activity is at. I mean, you can go anywhere in Miami. You can go out of Miami. You can go to Fort Lauderdale to have a good time, but most people don't do that. But um, like I said once before, Bernard Riley um, took that super chat money and he took some girl out on a date for 2 or 3 days or whatever to Miami. Hey, and let me tell you something. I'm not hating on Bernard Riley. Do his thing. That's cool. But my point is that a lot of his audience, they gonna be sitting at home with a dry dick talking about we
Fire.
hate women. We hate
Yeah.
women. We hate women. Women ain't shit. Blah blah blah. While they sitting there home with a dry dick, bigging up Bernard Riley. Bernard Riley is in Hawaii with some nice looking girl,
Yeah.
whining and dining her off the money that she gave them,
And
and he
dancing in the
having a
club.
good time.
And he dancing in the
Yeah,
club too.
yeah,
He
yeah.
dancing up in the
And
club
yeah,
too.
he having a good time while you sending
Yeah.
your super chat money. And I'm not saying that you don't need to support these guys or whatever else. But what I'm saying is that you need to even support guys that have a better message, that are actually looking for solutions. See, let
Mm-hmm.
me tell you something. You only can talk for so long. For example, if you and another guy are arch enemies, y'all only gonna be able to talk for so long before y'all go to war with each other, before y'all physically have an altercation. So my question is that you only can talk for so long. The manosphere has been talking for 7 years. They like I think Bernard Riley told me on his show, oh, well, the manosphere has only been in existence for about 7 years. Well, you guys been talking for 7 years, but you haven't done anything. You haven't, in other words, they haven't moved the needle. They haven't moved the needle on progress. Women are still getting jobs. You're not going to stop feminism. Women are not going back to the plantation. They're not. That's just like saying, that's just like white people wanting us to go back to slavery.
Hey,
I
hold
mean
up,
that's
hold
the
up. Hey, Rum,
yeah.
hold up. Rommie. So let's stick on that point for a minute, right? Um, the okay, so the woman getting jobs, right? Give me, give me an example of, okay. No, I'm not sure if you listen to Manosphere content recently during the COVID, um, during 19, right? During the 19 pandemic. I don't know if you've been listening. Have you been listening to the Manosphere during the 19 pandemic? You listened to the Manosphere during pandemic?
Say that one more time,
Did
because you're
you
bored.
listen? Oh, okay. Did you listen to the Manosphere during the pandemic?
No, no.
Well, they were saying that the lost women losing jobs, right?
Hmm.
Women losing jobs would make them submissive. What is the difference between women losing jobs in America as opposed to women losing jobs over by in your country? Let's say hypothetically, if women lose jobs in your country, or women lose jobs in America, would they be different, or would they be the same in terms of effects?
I could barely hear your question, but I'm thinking you said, are women, because of the pandemic, women
Hmm.
will be submissive in the U.S.? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Would they would you think it would make them some? You think, oh, if it happened over by where you at, right, in the country that you are at,
Okay,
do you think
okay. Well,
do you think they
well,
would be submissive there, and submissive in you? What do you
okay.
think would be the characteristics
Let
of them?
me let me break that down for you. Here, and let me tell you something. In any third world country, there's a different dynamic than there is in the West. See, in the West, even if you lose your job, you have unemployment, you have other men to rely on. Let me tell you something, because women lose jobs in the US, it's not like they're gonna all of a sudden become submissive. It doesn't work like that, because women's mindsets are a little different in the US. And first of all, let's get this straight. There are plenty of women in the US that are submissive. Let's get that straight. There are a
Hmm.
lot of women in the US that are submissive. Those women, sometimes those are the ones they don't want. Let me tell you something. A woman that's very attractive, that has a lot of offers from different men, she don't necessarily have to be submissive. Or the highly attractive women out here, they're gonna be submissive to the guys that have a lot of money. See, the mindset is different. And see, a lot of these guys, they don't travel. They don't go out, they don't go outside their country. Some of them haven't even been outside their state. So they
Hmm.
don't understand the mindset or how people think in other countries. People think a lot different than they do in the US, do they think in Africa, for example. I'm just using Africa for example. See, in Africa, there's no child support in most countries, in Africa, and somebody's gonna always want to try to be specific on what I'm saying. Because they always want to be right. Well, no, this country, this country. I'm talking in general. When I speak in general. So I'm
Well,
not
on this
I'm not
channel, we in specific. Yeah.
so I'm not talking in specifics. But in
Yeah.
Africa, there's no child support, there's no unemployment, there's no social security, there's none of that stuff. So the mindset here is going to be different. It's going to be different. The women, because the women are looking for husbands to help them. They'll just like in America, but it's more obvious here. It's bigger here. It's more aggressive here. Women are looking for husbands. They want. Let me tell you something. Everybody wants a better life. I don't know what person doesn't. Everybody wants a better life, and that's women and men. But you can't go around as a person in the manosphere. You can't go around trying to oppress women, trying to abuse them, trying to treat them like they're chattel. These are human
Mm-hmm.
beings. Women are human beings, just
Exactly.
like we are.
Exactly.
We wouldn't want anybody dogging us out. I mean,
Mm-mm.
a lot of these guys on these panels, if you have a different opinion than them, they want to start arguing. And think
Facts.
about it for a second. Think it for a second. A lot of these guys in the manosphere, I hate to say it, that's why I'm calling their bluff. A lot of these guys in the manosphere, they can't get girlfriends. They can't get girlfriends, or they can't keep girlfriends, or they don't want girlfriends. They can't get girlfriends. I'm gonna say it again. They can't get
Mm-hmm.
girlfriends, they can't keep girlfriends, or they don't want girlfriends. That's the majority. I'm gonna say that's 51% of the manosphere. For example, I give you a perfect example. Um, look at Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels has a lot of money now.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of money now. Do you see him getting married? Do you see him getting married?
No,
No.
no, no, no.
O'Shea Do Jackson, which comes down to Uganda, where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
on a regular basis, and I give him a semi pass because at least he's trying to hook up women with men. But he's popular. He has money. He's doing well. Do you see him married? No.
No,
You
no.
don't even you don't even hear him. You don't even hear him talk about a girlfriend on that much. And
Well,
I'm not
well,
trying to.
I heard him. I heard him. Like I heard him kind of briefly mention like uh some kind of relationship type of thing like a while ago. So I'm not sure. But go ahead. Go ahead. I just.
But my point is this. My point is these guys. I don't think they're just. It's a business to them. Just like when I was just talking to DJ Kuda, Kuda kept
Mm-hmm.
saying YouTube is a business. It's a business. It's a business. See, and I was talking about the ethics of Platinum Elite. The guy's
Okay.
unethical in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these guys in the YouTube spaces, these niggas, these Negroes, they're unethical. So if they have so in business, you have to have some ethics in business. That's the part that DJ Kuda didn't understand. It's about
Oh, okay. Okay.
ethics. You have to have
Yeah.
ethics in business. If
Yes.
if you want to maintain your business, because once people, your customers realize that you're unethical, they're gonna stop patronizing you,
Yeah. Yeah. But
and you're gonna be out of
part of
business.
part of our like part of our we kind of praise people for being hard in the boardroom. That's hard in the boardroom. That's a metaphor for saying we praise cutthroat. We praise the cutthroat
Yeah,
type of.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. These guys, like I said, these guys, in other words, these guys in the so-called manosphere, because I don't even know what the manosphere is now, because it's so blurred. It's really blurred now. So I don't know what's manosphere and what's not manosphere. Hell, some people might call me and put me in the manosphere. So I don't even know what the manosphere is personally. But I know one thing: these guys that are running these YouTube channels, they're very unethical. So they're not gonna have a problem with you giving you bad information, telling you
Mm-hmm.
stupid stuff, and they're
Mm-hmm.
just here to entertain you. That's all they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're here to entertain you. They're not here to help you. They're here to entertain you. In other words, they're entertainment. They're not
But
helpful.
but one thing I just want to say, right? That's one thing I want to say. I like Oshie and I like DJ Kuda. They they were just defending. They were just defending. Or maybe offering another perspective of. So that's what I think happened. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't have anything against any of these guys. I don't even know any of these guys. So I mean, I don't hate them and I don't dislike them. I'm just making points. I'm just making examples. I'm not trying to pick on any person or anything like that. So I don't want it to be to be misconstrued that I'm trying to pick on somebody or anything like that. I'm just giving you examples of
No, but you could go in.
situations.
Yeah, yeah, go in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
you
So
can elaborate.
yeah.
You can elaborate because I'd like
Yeah,
what you're saying. So
the only
elaborate.
person I would go in on is probably Platinum Malik because I think he's a sucker. But other than that, I don't have anything against any of these guys. But my point, all I'm trying to say is that those guys can do whatever they want to do because a sucker is born every second. Like I think the guy that invented Barnum and Bailey Circus said there's a sucker born every second. So and it's a circus. So the manosphere is like a circus. So I don't. So there's gonna always be new people coming into the circus looking for the laughs and the giggles and stuff like that. So I can't control who donates to who. A person can give their money to whoever they want to give their money to. That's them. It's not my money. I can't complain about it. However, what I'm saying in my situation with my channel, if I continue to do my channel year after year after year, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this. I might get bored with it and want to do something else. I don't know. But my channel is is for any guy in the manosphere that feels like that really wants a girlfriend or a wife, and they tired of hearing all that women are bad, American women are bad, this or that, blah blah blah. The Western women are not submissive, they're not as feminine, blah 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 blah. Come over to my channel. So you don't even have to subscribe. I don't care. I don't care if you subscribe or not. But I would hope that you subscribe so that you can see the content, so you can be notified of the content. But you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything because I'm not trying to be YouTube famous. I don't need
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. I don't need YouTube to make me rich or anything like that. I have 2 college degrees. I have an advanced business degree. I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell DJ Kuda that. So DJ Kuda can't tell me anything about business. He can't tell me anything about business. That boy probably haven't even. He probably just barely finished high school.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I don't know. But my point is that I'm here to help men that want to be helped. I can't help everybody. I cannot help everybody. You only can lead a horse. You only can lead a horse to water.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make it drink. So I
Yeah.
only can lead you to the water. I cannot make you drink. If you
No, but
want to
okay,
drink,
okay. Well,
drink.
let's take on that metaphor, right? So what someone not drinking from the water looks like in your view?
They're just gonna continue to consume manosphere content. And they're gonna say women ain't this, women ain't that, blah blah blah. Like I said, let me tell you something. I would love to get on Supreme. All these guys. I would love to get on Red Supreme show. I like to get on Bernard Riley's show, one on one with him. I
Mm-hmm.
like to get on who else?
Reggie
Maybe,
Baggins. Reggie
oh,
Baggins.
well, not even necessarily Reg the bad guy, but yeah, I can get on his show. I
No,
get
well,
on Reg the
I
bad.
want to. Nobody,
Yeah,
but to be honest, right? This is I did this to kind of put you in the spot to do that. Honestly, that's what I wanted you to. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I don't mind.
I want to
Yeah,
get
I
you
don't
on
mind
there.
getting on. Yeah, I don't mind getting on Reg the Bad Guy show. I like to get on Minister Jap show. I like to get on
Mm-hmm.
Angry Man show. I like to get on Obsidian. And not to challenge them or anything, but to let all their people, all their subscribers know that there's a better way, that there's a solution. Not I'm not here. Let me tell you something. I'm not here to make myself bigger than them or smarter than them or to sit there and argue with them. I don't have time for that. I don't have time because all these guys want to do is sit here and argue like they're philosophers. Half of these guys probably don't even have a college degree. Most of these content creators on YouTube, hell, even Kevin Samuels didn't finish college. And I'm not saying that you need, and I'm not saying that you need a college degree to be smart or anything, but I'm showing you that these guys didn't even have the desire to go for higher education, to
Yeah.
to at least strive for higher education, but yet they're coming on YouTube giving financial advice, giving relationship advice, giving all this advice, but they're not giving solutions. They're not giving tangible solutions. In other words, they'll tell you that they can make a beautiful cake, but then they don't give you the recipe. They don't give you the recipe, or they don't take you to the places where you can get the ingredients to make the cake. And then they don't show you how to make the cake. All they talk about is how they can make how good they can make a cake. But they don't show you anything else. In other words, they're feeding you bullshit. Because think about it for a second. Kevin Samuels has 1 million subscribers, and he's talking about relationships and getting people together. How many people have, with 1 million subscribers, how many people have Kevin Samuels got married?
Oh
He has
yeah,
over a
good,
million.
good. He
He has
said
over a
4.
million subscribers. So how
He
so
said he
how
got
many
4.
people have gotten married because of Kevin Samuels?
He said he got 4. He got 4 marriages through his Facebook group.
Okay. He got 4. Are there pictures of them? Are there pictures of the people getting married, and are there testimonies?
Well,
Test
there's one. There's
testimony,
one. Mm.
testimony, 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 and actual visual pictures. Testimony, because these guys, they'll say anything. And that's the ethical part. That's the ethical. I give you a perfect example. Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor. I've been knowing Tommy Sotomayor. I've been following. Well, I'm not a subscriber or anything, but I got to know who's out here. I've been knowing.
Yeah.
I've been knowing of Tommy Sotomayor before he even touched YouTube. Before he even touched YouTube,
Oh,
I
serious?
knew about him. Yes, I knew him before he even touched YouTube. So when he came on the YouTube, I already knew who he was. I already knew
Hmm.
he had a small following. He had a very, very, very small following. But my point is that his rhetoric was about black women. Black women is black women there, blah, 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 blah. But yet, at the end of the day, all he was doing was having sex with the same women he was talking about. So he was a hypocrite. He was having sex with the same, all the women that he was talking about, he was having sex with. Tommy Sotomayor was about money. He wanted to get, let me tell you something. He was getting all these guys mad about these women, but yet he was taking the money that these guys were giving him, and he was having sex with the women that these men hated. If that's not a being hypocritical or being a con artist, I don't know what else is. And it's nothing. Let me tell you something. Tommy saw all these guys. What these guys are doing in the manosphere is no different with what Tommy Sotomayor is doing. All these guys, all these. I give you another example. The Hakeem Campbell. Hakeem Campbell. You know who that is, right? Hello. Oh, yeah, I guess you off.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I press mute and rotate. Man. Long story. Yeah,
That,
I know
that's
Hassan Campbell. Yeah, I know Hassan Campbell.
yeah, Hakeem Campbell. Yeah. Now, Hakeem Campbell. Hakeem. I
Hassan.
think that's how
Yeah,
you pronounce
Hassan.
his name. Yeah,
Hassan. Hassan.
Hassan Campbell. This guy, he's another con artist. He uses his victimhood of being molested. I mean, these guys are very, very narcissistic and very, very shrewd and smart. I give them that. There's a lot of wicked people on YouTube, and this guy uses his. He tries to play the victim role, and he has over 300,000 subscribers playing the
Hmm.
victim role, being molested by Africa Bambaataa. No,
Hmm.
think about it for a second. Has anybody else on YouTube, because if African Bambaataa molested him, African Bambaataa molested other people. He wasn't the only person that African Bambaataa molested.
Africa Bambaataa was gay. He was a
Yeah,
homosexual.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. But he wasn't. My point is that wasn't he wasn't the only person that got molested. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
there was
true,
a, there
true.
was
Sorry.
probably there was probably
Yeah, there was another one. Another prominent one was B Stinger, and Hassan had a problem with B Stinger. B
yeah,
Stinger.
yeah, but
Hassan was
yeah,
beefing with
but
B Stinger.
my point is that you don't see all these guys that African Bambaataa molested. You don't see these guys coming on making YouTube pages playing the
Ye-
victim role,
Yeah,
playing the
yeah.
victim role.
Because let me hold on. Let me just add to your point, right? There was another Africa Bambaataa, right? He had another friend who used to do the same thing. He molested, but he molested 200 children, and none of his victims are coming on YouTube and making money off. They don't even have channels. They don't even have YouTube
Right.
channels making money.
That's my point. That's my point. And that's how he got his claim to fame. He used African Bambaataa celebrity to get his channel off. And he's playing he always plays the victim role. And then when Kwame offered to pay for his flight to come there to beat his ass, you see how quickly he was like he started backing up like a crawfish. And even him talking about beating up somebody, him Kwame Brown is like almost 7 feet tall. This guy probably is less than 5. He's probably less than 6 feet tall. I don't know how tall he looks very short, and he's fat. So I mean, anybody can beat him up. I mean, for him to even threaten Kwame is stupid unless he had like a weapon or something. Now, if he was coming there with a gun, that'd be a different story. But my point is that this guy is sitting there playing the victim role to make money off of YouTube, and then he turns around and he brags about it. He brags about how much money he got and how much money he making and all this other stuff. But yet every time he goes back to, oh, I've been molested, I've been this, I've been that. He's a professional victim hustler. That's what I'll call it. He's a victim hustler. And what these manosphere guys are, they're victim hustlers. Because let me tell you something, when a person, that could be me or you, if someone dumped me or mistreated me, or a female, if she mistreated me, dumped me, and it's happened to all of us that we've been mistreated by women. I've been mistreated by women a whole bunch of times. I don't know about you. I know I have. But my thing is that eventually I'm mad, I'm upset about it, but then I get over it because I have to move on. I have to move on because if I don't, it's gonna destroy me. Or I'm gonna want to go out here and destroy women or treat women bad, and that's what these guys are doing. These guys are taking that. These manosphere content creators, they're taking that pain and they're using those people pain and turning it against them to make money. Because fuck these bitches. These bitches ain't shit. And by the way, super chat me, please super chat me. These bitches ain't shit. Super chat me. That's what they doing. By the way, fuck these hoes. But can I get a super chat, please? Yeah. Hey, sign up to my Patreon and we're gonna talk about how these bitches ain't shit. Sign up right now. Send $5.99 or $10 or whatever, and we're gonna talk about how these bitches ain't shit.
Sign up to the third tier. Sign up to the third tier.
Yeah. Sign up to my Patreon so we can talk about how these bitches ain't shit. So they want to take these, I'm the type of person, man. I don't like people taking advantage of people, and I don't like bullshit. And a lot of these guys on YouTube, they are feeding these guys bullshit. And here's the sick part. That you got guys that get on these panels and they co-sign that shit. They be co-signing that fuckery. Because they want just like in the manosphere with Kevin Samuels. These guys want Kevin Samuels to be so big, and I know I'm talking about Kevin Samuels, and the reason why I'm using him as an example because he's one of the most popular ones.
You can talk to anybody. You can talk about anybody you want to talk.
Yeah, but this is the deal. They want Kevin Samuels to be so big is because they like hearing Kevin Samuels shame these women. They just like tuning in for him to shame and roast these women. They get a pleasure. And that's my point is that the manosphere has gotten so bad that men men are looking for guys to go around shaming and dissing women, almost like hurting them. It's nothing wrong with telling a woman her reality or whatever else, but they enjoy the pleasure of her being sad. It's not that they enjoy Kevin Samuels telling them, "Hey, you're 400 pounds, you can't get a model. You might need to lose weight." There's nothing wrong with telling a woman that. However, they enjoy him telling her that in the way she feels. They enjoy the pleasure of her feeling, "Oh man, I feel so sad. You hurt my feelings." They like that. They like that pleasure. They like that. They enjoy that. And what the manosphere is doing, the manosphere is going around creating men that will eventually despise and hate women. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like MGTOW. It's just like MGTOW and the rest of this stuff. It's nothing wrong with a man being aware of female nature. Nothing wrong with that. However,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be going around here despising and hate women because then you end up turning people into rapists, serial killers, um,
So
um,
okay,
um,
okay, okay,
domestic
hold on.
abusers.
Yeah, hold on. So all right. So back to your message with the with seeing them down. I think you covered this you kind of covered this, right? But so what you think is the fine line between holding them? You agree with the holding them accountable to the holding them. What you think about holding women accountable? What comes to mind when you hear holding women accountable? The term.
Okay. Let me tell you something. You can't. Let me tell you something. Instead of holding somebody accountable, you can. First of all, I can't, as a man, I can't hold you accountable for anything. Now, what I can do, the way I could hold you accountable, I could come where you at and beat you up and
Mm,
and, and force you to be accountable. I can do
mm,
that.
mm,
But that's too much work. That's too much work. So my question is why should I hold you accountable? I can just find another person that will be
oh,
accountable. I don't
yeah.
I don't have to hold anybody accountable. I can just, in other words, Dwayne, if you got
Mm,
a girlfriend and she's not acting right and she's not following your plan, your so-called plan, whatever your plan is, if she's not on the same page as you are, I'm gonna put it like that. If she's not on the same page as you are, then what you do is that you drop her and you get another person.
mm,
It's the, Once again, there's 4 billion women on this planet. Now, every woman is not single. Every woman
mm,
is not marriage material. Every woman is not of age to be married. But there's enough women out here where you have options. You have options because now you can go globally. For example, if you're in your city, if you're in your city and you feel, this is how you feel that you can't find anybody in your city, then guess what? Go to the next city. If you can't find anybody in that city, guess what? Go to the next city. And
mm.
now that we have the internet, we have airplanes, we have buses, we have cars. You can travel anywhere you want to go to find a woman. So you can't. Let me tell you something. You can't hold anybody accountable. Hell, let me tell you something. Most people can't hold their own damn children accountable. So how are you going to hold a stranger accountable? Most
True,
people
true.
can't even hold their
I
own.
like the word. Keep spitting, keep spitting.
You understand what I'm saying? Most people can't
Yeah.
hold their own damn kids accountable. So how in the hell you gonna hold a stranger, a total stranger accountable? That's stupid. You don't. You just find somebody that's on your plan that's gonna cooperate with you. And that's the thing is that a lot of these guys, they're so, and I hate to say it, but they're idiots. A lot of the people that's diehard manosphere guys, they're stupid. They're dumb. They don't even know how to problem solve. And I don't mean to sound condescending or or
Mm,
or bashing anybody, anything like that. I hope that anybody that listens to this Listen to this, get pissed off of what I'm saying, and they change. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm shaming you into changing. Because you're stupid if you're following all these guys about this, oh, females ain't this or that, blah, blah. Well, I'm giving you a solution. I'm giving you a solution. Problem solve. Get out of your situation. Get out of your situation, and I will help you. I will help you get out of your situation. In other words, get off the manosphere crack. Get off the crack.
So you think female? What you think about female nature? You think female nature is a real thing?
Say that again.
You think that female nature is a real thing? Female nature. Do you think it's real?
Of course, a real concept? You have. Let me tell you something. I can go deep in that. You have. Not only do you have female nature, but you have male nature. You have male nature. We have a nature too. We talk about, you know what? We talk about female nature a lot, but they don't ever talk about male nature. We have a disposition to do a lot of things too. And if you know female nature, and here's the funny part, if you know female nature so good, if you're an expert, if all these manosphere guys, if you're an expert on female nature, then you're able to formulate and to construct a concept or an idea for guys to be able to find the woman that they want. Since you know how women think, if you know how women think, then you'll be able to know how to manipulate them, so to speak, if you know their nature. But these guys are not in the business. These guys are in the business to keep guys mad at women. That's their job. Their job is to keep men mad at women. And they don't want to talk about their own problems. For example, black men in this country, and I'm a black man in this country, and I'm saying as a whole, not every black man, but as a whole, we are terrified of white men. We are terrified of them. And none of these guys ever want to talk about that. That's why they hate Cynthia G so much. They hate Cynthia G so much because Cynthia G is putting the mirror in their faces. They hate, and that's the sad part.
A couple of points got debunked from other channels too, right? I mean, a couple of points have been debunked.
Well, I didn't say everything. Let me tell you something. I didn't say everything Cynthia G says is correct. No, let me tell you something. Everything that anybody says is not absolute. Nothing is absolute. So you got to understand that. See, people think that we live in a world of absolutes. There's somebody right now that's walking around with a vagina and a penis. There's only a small percentage.
I don't think so. That's one thing we had to disagree.
Yeah, you know, and that's what is that? Hermaphrodites, hermaphrodites. Yeah, but my thing is that so nothing is absolute. So debunking Cynthia G on whatever else, Cynthia G is not going to be 100%. Whatever she says, her talking points are not going to be 100% accurate. Nobody's talking points are 100% accurate. You know, it's always in the majority because everybody isn't the same. Everybody doesn't behave the same. Everybody doesn't think the same. Everybody doesn't do everything the same. So that point, I don't. But my point is that black men in this country, we're focusing, and I'll say this: we're focusing. Why are we focusing so much on women being the problem when men, as men, we lead? We are leaders. We're the leaders. So why that would be like, for example, that would be like a woman blaming a child for all her problems. Oh, you're the reason why I can't be successful because I had you at a certain age, blah, 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 blah. Why would a female blame a child? In other words, why are men picking on women saying that women are the cause of our problems? For example, they use feminism. They're going to say feminism. Okay, guess what? There's no law in this country that cannot be passed without the assistance of white men. White men make up the majority of Congress and the Senate. White men control 90% of the wealth in this country. 90% of the wealth in this country. They control it. So
Yeah.
women cannot do anything in this country without the assistance of men, white men at that. Yet black men get mad when they get mad because white men give women the opportunities to be uply mobile, meaning give them jobs, give them opportunities. For example, in my career, I've had female supervisors that were over me that made more money than me. They made more money than me. You know, some of them had families, some of them did have families. Um, but they were able to buy homes, cars, take trips, do whatever they wanted to do. So if you have a problem, in other words, if black men have a problem with feminism, this is your solution. Control the economy. If you have a problem with feminism, control the economy. Get all black men, get all manosphere guys into Congress, in the Senate, change the laws, and oppress women. If that's what you want to do. See, they don't have any control or anything. All they can do is go on YouTube and spew um bullshit talking points. For example, I give you another example. You remember one of their talking points is that don't be a stepdad. Don't be a
Yeah, yeah.
don't be a stepdad. Okay, guess what? The richest man in the world had a stepdad. The richest man in the freaking world had a
Is that
stepdad.
is that Bill Gates? Who's the richest man again?
Bezos.
Bezos, right?
Bezos.
He has a
Bezos is the
stepchild
rich. Yeah, he had a stepdad. He had a
or
stepdad,
or, or,
but they
or
talking, but
stepdad,
they
right?
talking points. They talking points is don't be a stepdad. So in other words, if everybody took the manosphere talking points, you wouldn't have Jeff Bezos.
Exactly.
You would have never had Jeff Bezos. If people
Mm.
took if people took manosphere talking points, if we all roll with the manosphere and we
Mm.
jumped on board with they dumbasses, you wouldn't have Amazon. You
It's true.
because and yeah, you see how dumb it is. You,
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
how you see how I just debunked the manosphere talking points, and
yeah.
that's
I had
only
to
one
laugh.
of
I
their
had to
talking
laugh.
points. That's only one of their talking points. Oh, don't be step. See, all this stuff sounds cool. Oh, don't be a stepdad. Don't be a sim. Don't be, now they're talking about Drake or Drake simping this or that. But at the end of the day, Drake is getting pussy. See, a lot of these they telling you don't trick. They don't be a trick. See, that's another thing about tricking. A lot of these guys talking about and Platinum Elite is one of the even Tommy Sotomayor roasted his ass.
I saw,
Go to
I saw, I saw. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Platinum.
yeah. I saw it on Man of Tomorrow's channel, where
Yes.
Tommy Sotomayor roasted his dumb ass. But anyway, like I was saying, these guys talk about don't trick and do all this, but yet, see, it's easy to tell somebody not to trick because it doesn't cost anything to say don't trick. And also they want you, if you're out here tricking or if you're out here buying women stuff to get sex or just being nice to them, you don't need them. You don't need their advice because their job is to pay me, and I will show you how to get women by just talking to them and this and that. But at the end of the day, if you're dating a female, at the end of the day, you're gonna spend some type of money on her. You're gonna be taking her out to dinner, especially if she's an attractive female. Because think about it for a second, if you got two guys, this is how stupid they are. If you got two guys and both of them can talk, both of them have so-called game. Okay, both of these guys have game.
Mm.
Okay, what's gonna separate one guy over the next guy? They both look good. They both got game because that's what they base their things off of, looking good and talking. Okay, so you attracted the woman. So what is gonna make her decide to go with guy A or guy B? It's going to be the one who takes her out to dinner. Guy A is not going to be able to, let me tell you something. Guy A is not going to be able to take her out and get free sex from her when she can date guy B. That's the exact same guy, but he going to take her out. He gonna take her on trips. He gonna take her out to dinner. He gonna blah blah. In other words, let's go back to the Bernard Riley situation. If a
Mm-hmm.
guy looked exactly like Bernard Riley and he had game, Do you think do you think that girl is gonna go with the guy that had game and sit at home in their city versus going with Bernard Riley to Miami? Which guy is she gonna choose? She gonna choose the Bernard Riley that's gonna take her to Miami. So these guys are selling these guys, and let me tell you, these guys are selling these guys bullshit, because they're trying to make money. All they're trying to do is make money. That's all they want to do. They're not trying to help these guys. And a lot of these guys in the manosphere, they're looking for help. They're looking for solutions. They're actually
Mhm.
looking for solutions. The ones that are really wanting to understand things, because that's how you get into the manosphere. You don't get into the manosphere because you wake up one day and you decide that, oh, I want to be in a manosphere. You wake up because you're looking for something. It's almost like the Neo. Did you see the Matrix when Neo kept going to the computer screen and he was searching for something? He was like looking for something. He was looking for the Matrix. He was looking for it, but
Yeah.
he could never find it. He was always on the computer screen trying to look and discover. And that's how these guys in the manosphere are. They're looking for a solution to their problem, because that's how men think. That's how we're built. We're built for solutions. And what these guys are giving them, they're giving them bad medication. They're giving them bad medication, and they want them to stay on the medication. They want them to stay on the medication. They don't want any solutions. They don't want solutions, because if they gave you a solution, then once you're healed, you don't need them anymore. For example, in my situation, if you come over to wherever I'm at and I find you a wife, you don't need me anymore. You
Hmm.
don't need me anymore. So I
But
don't.
that's the way it
And
should
that,
be.
yeah, and that's good. You don't need me anymore. You can go on with your life. You can be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
You don't need me anymore. So you don't have to come back. You don't have to keep coming back to me. Keep coming back to me. Keep coming back to me. Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to keep coming back, giving them money, coming back, coming back. That's what they want you to do. And a lot of these guys are not even giving you good, solid content. They're giving you bullshit content, and they're giving you bad
So
advice.
so Romy, let me ask you this. So with dealing with the woman that you propose, right? The woman that you propose, that they come over under your system. You don't need game to get them. Do
No,
you
you
need
don't
game?
need game. Let me tell you something. All you need to be, let me tell you something. Game is bullshit. All you need to be is a good person. A good person that's gonna treat a woman with respect and dignity. You don't need no game. You don't need any game. You don't have to be the best looking guy in the world. Especially, let me tell you something. When we talk about America and we talk about the Caribbean, you got to understand something. A lot of people in the Caribbean and a lot of people in the West in America, they're been misogynated. So they have curly hair, light skin, blah blah blah. And black people, we have a mental disorder, because white people have convinced us that white skin is better. So
Hmm.
the lighter your skin is, the more uncoarse your hair is, the more
Yeah,
attractive you're
we
supposed to
think
be.
we think
Yeah,
whites are superior. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. We think they're superior. The eye color, the hair color. We think whites are so superior. However, when you go to Africa, everybody looks like you. Everybody is dark, medium brown skin to dark. You got light skinned people over in Africa too, especially in Ethiopia and Somalia and stuff like that. Different textures of hair, because they've been misogynated with Europeans. But my point is that you go to Sudan, the people there are dark. They're so dark they shine. So my point is that when you come over, in other words, the people in America or in the West, they have a lot of guys have African features. For example, like O'Shea Du Jackson. We'll use O'Shea Du Jackson. O'Shea
Hmm.
Du Jackson in America is considered to be unattractive. However, he comes over to Africa, he looks like a regular dude. He looks like a regular nice looking African dude. Hell, he looks like he comes over to Africa, he looks like Denzel Washington. He comes over to Africa. He comes over to Africa. He's Denzel Washington. You know,
So,
and he has an American accent. He has an American accent that makes him super attractive. You know, so all that bull crap. See, you over in America where everything has been twisted. Everything is working against black men over there. You know, from the economy all the way to your dating choices. So you come over to Africa, or you go, excuse me, or you go to any third world country. You can go to Indonesia, Bangladesh, India, Thailand, uh, uh, um, a lot of these countries that are considered to be not first world countries, and the women are going to act totally different because they're not worried about what color your eyes are, what the
no,
texture
but
of your hair
no,
is.
no, no, but okay. What about like what about like having masculine traits? You think you have an objective approach to having masculine traits?
Let me tell you something. You can't get more masculine than providing for your family. That's the only all that masculine trait bullshit. I don't know anything about that. You can't get more masculine than providing for your family and being a good husband or being a good provider. Other than that, all that other bravado bull crap, I don't. I care less about that. Being masculine is being able to provide for your family. Other than that, I don't want to hear any other bull crap that they talking about. Being masculine is providing for your family,
Mhm.
being able to make sure that your kids grow up to be responsible citizens and adults, making sure that your wife is protected, and stay healthy, making sure that you stay healthy and provide for your family, man. I mean, you can't get more masculine than that. And like I said once before, I look at it like this: the manosphere, I call it the new digital crack era. And that's a phrase that I coined. I call it the new digital crack era,
Mhm.
meaning that the digital part is that it's via social media now. It's via communication. So it's via smartphones, laptops, tablets. It's over the internet now, and because it's crack because you have to stay on it, and you get addicted to it, and it messes up your life. Crack messes up your life. I had an uncle that was on crack, and he almost destroyed. He destroyed. He almost destroyed my life. He destroyed people around him lives. I mean, my uncle on his last day. I mean, I'm sorry, on my grandmother, his mother, which is his mother, he snatched he snatched $1 out of my grandmother, which is my grandmother and his mother, out of her hand while she was sitting in feces because he refused to clean her. He was living in her house, and he was supposed to have been taking care of her, and he let her damn near die in her own feces and snatching money out of her hand. That's how bad a crack addict is. Crackheads are disgusting. I hate to say it. And all these guys are like drug dealers. What they're doing
Yo,
is,
Skizzy, big up Skizzy. What up, man? Yeah, go ahead. I just healing out
yeah,
Skizzy.
yeah, yeah. These guys are like these manosphere content creators. They're like drug dealers. They're feeding these guys crack, and they're making money off of it. And all of these guys are jumping into the space. And just like in the drug game, all these black guys in the drug game, all these black guys, they ruined communities across the world. Across the
Mhm.
world. They
Mhm.
ruin communities. But we don't ever talk about. That's the funny part, is that we never talk about that. Is that how many women do you think that was in the crack game? Maybe less than 5%. 5% of the women that were out here selling crack during the crack era, that destroyed
Mhm.
community after community, those were black men. Those were black men destroying the community. But yet they're going to talk about how black women are destroying the community when it was black men that were destroying the community when it came to crack. Those are all
But
black
but
men.
but to distinguish the manosphere, right, from crack. What about like in the instance of this rapper called Lil Loaded, right? He killed himself. He killed himself over his woman. You
Who
think
was his
that
name? Who was
Lil
it?
Loaded, Lil Loaded, he committed suicide over his girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
Um, you think little help from the manosphere, right? Like help from the message that well, part of the manosphere is that focus on yourself and that kind of stuff. You think the potential of him saving his life is worth the digital crack, according to you?
Yeah, well. I don't know the situation and what happened or anything, but I can understand. Let me tell you something. I can understand as a young man, you're full of testosterone. You want a woman. You blah blah blah. Guys, let me tell you something. We always talk about how emotional women are, but men, especially black men, we're probably the most emotional people on the planet because we will shoot a person in a minute, we'll kill a person in a minute. I mean, you can't get more emotional than losing your emotionals trying to kill somebody or want to hurt somebody. That I mean, so a lot of times these guys are very emotional. Now, with the rapper guy, what would have happened is if he wouldn't have killed himself, this is what he would have done. He would have probably eventually got on YouTube and tried to search about his problem. And then he would have eventually ran into the manosphere, because manosphere has all kind of different talking points, probably along the lines that he probably would have been searching on. And then he would have
Mm-hmm.
slowly went into the red pill, and he would have
Mm-hmm.
started, probably spending weeks, if not months, learning about the red pill. And then he would have, went down deeper down the rabbit hole. Then he would have started listening to podcasts and panels and all that other stuff. And before you know it, he would have been hooked. He would have been hooked on the situation. And let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with understanding female nature. I think
Mm.
all men need to know about female nature. You need to understand because think about it for a second. If you are a heterosexual male, you're going to be dealing with women for the rest of your life. You're going to be dealing with women for the rest of your life. So you
Facts.
need to understand how women think. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So there's nothing wrong with understanding how women think. However, at the same time, you got to understand that you got to know yourself. First of all, you got to know what type of woman you want, and then you got to formulate a plan on how to achieve that goal. That's the magic thing. You got to
Yeah,
formulate a plan on
but
how to
how
be
but
able to go ahead.
yeah. But how do you come about knowing yourself? Like
Well, well,
because
well,
your core
well,
identity. How you define your core identity?
well. That's something that only an individual can understand. Because I can't know who you are. I got to know who I am by sitting down and asking myself questions. Knowing what I like and dislike. Understanding. I mean, at the end of the day, we know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to be able to come to the realization of who we are. We
Mm-hmm.
know who we are. We gotta be honest with ourselves. And a lot of people, let me tell you something. A lot of these guys in the manosphere, for example, with Kevin, we're gonna go back to Kevin Samuels. Kevin
Yeah, you could
Samuels
go
had
ahead.
Kevin Samuels had two failed marriages. So he
Mm-hmm.
had two failed marriages. You can best believe that it wasn't all the female's fault. He played an integral role in the demise of both of his marriages, like
Mm-hmm.
like most men do. Most men do. In other words, very few men, and we can touch we can talk on Coach Greg Adams. Coach Greg Adams. Now I give you another manosphere talking point. or I give you a SYBS. What is it? Save yourself, black man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You go
say
through.
okay. Well, Coach Greg Adams was a part of Save Yourself, black man. He got
Hmm.
dumped on his head. His wife was white. He had a snow bunny, but now,
Serious? I thought those are black
yeah,
woman.
yeah. Coach Greg Adams' wife was white. He had a white woman. That was his
No, but
wife was white.
but not to cut you off. He married now. Is he
No,
married
no,
now?
no, no. Now he's talking about don't get married, this and that.
Free
And let me tell
agent.
you something. Yeah, yeah, free agent lifestyle. And let me tell you something. If you don't want to get married, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not married. I'm single. Will
Mm-hmm.
I get married? I probably will. But my
Mm-hmm.
my my point is that if you don't want to get married, don't get married.
Mm-hmm.
And just don't get married. But if you want to be married, then get married. Have a wife. There's nothing wrong with having a wife, and there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with it. However, you can't sit around here and say, okay, I'm a part of Save Yourself Black Man, and then you turn around and now you're free agent lifestyle. And I'm not saying that Coach Greg Adams was a part of that movement, but everybody that's in the Save Yourself Black Man, if you're dating a non-black woman, you might as well be lumped into that category, that group. But my point is that the talking points of these guys, the MGTOW talking points, because he was a MGTOW person, MGTOW talking points are don't date, date interracially, don't date these black females. And guess what? He dated a white female and she did the same thing to him. Now they're switching the goalposts and they're saying feminism. Oh, it's about feminism. It's about feminism. No, it's not about feminism. What it's about is it's about you as an individual. You don't understand that the environment is always changing, and people adapt to the environment. People behave according to the environment that they're in. For example, they talk about where if you bring a woman from a third world country to the US, she's going to change. Yes, she's going to change because it's a different environment. They're going to change, but you got to be able to understand that, and you got to be able to make the transition too. See men, especially black men, we don't.
I gotta wait till you come back. Oh,
Sorry about that, bro. All,
no
all I'm
problem, no
saying is,
problem.
yeah, all I'm saying is that as men, we live. When it comes to women, women behave with the environment. They behave with
Mhm.
the environment. So you got to be able to adapt to the environment. And what's happening is that a lot of the guys in the manosphere, they have failed to adapt. When it gets down to it, a lot of men in the manosphere have failed to adapt to the environment. That's why they complain about feminism. That's why they complain. They come. And the funny part is that why are you blaming women? Because at the end of the day, white men have given women all these privileges. They gave a woman the right to vote. They gave her the right to drive a car. They gave her the right to own property. They gave her the right to own businesses. Men gave these women all these these
Amenities,
all these amenities or rules or whatever you want to call it. They gave
luxury.
they gave yeah, largesses, if you want to use a fancy word, largesses. They gave all these they gave all these women these amenities. We're gonna say just amenities. We
Anything,
gave them
yeah, you
all
go
these
ahead. Yeah,
we gave them all these I say opportunities. I'm gonna say opportunities. We gave
yeah,
these
that's the
women
best. Yeah,
all these opportunities. Yeah, we gave all these women these opportunities. So why are we mad at women? For example, if somebody gave you $1 million, why am I gonna be mad at you because you took the $1 million? I should be mad, especially if the $1 million is gonna hurt me. I should be mad at the person that gave you the $1 million. That's
hmm
that's the person I should be mad at. Why am I mad at you for accepting $1 million? Because you're gonna accept me. You would be a fool not to accept it. In other words, why would a woman not take $100,000 year job? That would be stupid. Why would she not take $100,000 a year job so she can feed her kids? So you want her on the streets sucking dick for to put food on the table. That's what you want. And a lot of these guys, they're haters. A lot of the guys in the manosphere at the end of the day, they haters because you're hating on a female. You hating and then you're not hating on the right person. If you want to hate on somebody, hate on the white government that gave these women all these opportunities. Because feminism cannot, if they want to talk about feminism cannot be it cannot be developed, or it cannot be in America without the help of white government. It cannot be. It just can't be. So you're blaming the wrong person. Oh, feminism. The person that helped feminism get off the ground are white men. Those are the guys, but you never hear them attacking the white men. You only hear them attacking the concept of feminism. You never hear them attacking
to be fair,
actual people that made it happen.
But to be fair, they come down. They try to blame the Democrats. They try to say Democrats. I don't know. I just painted a fair thing for them.
Yeah. They all. Let me tell you something. They're always moving the goalposts. They're always moving the goalposts to distract. See, that's the thing, is that it's almost like I saw a movie a couple of days ago. Me and a girl, me and one of my friends, we were watching a movie one night, and it was these people. They were on this alien. I mean, they was on this spacecraft. They was on this ship. Their job was to go to another planet. It was going to take them 86 years to get to this planet. So they train these individuals, like 30 of them. They train them from birth. They train them from the embryo to 20. They look like they were maybe around 20 years old, 20, 21 years old. They were young adults. And they took 30 of them. They took 30 of them and they put them in a big giant spaceship. And their job was to go to this next planet to start a new planet. But it was 30 of them. So of course, in 86 years, some of them were gonna die off. So they were gonna end up reproducing, and by the time they got to the next planet, some of them would be dead, and probably some of them would be grandparents by then. However, during the middle of the trip, they found out that they were drinking this.
Hold on, let's answer what now. Yeah, this is him. This is the Rommie Peso I got on here, bro. This is the Rommie Peso what now. Yeah, go ahead, Rommie.
Yeah, he said my talking points sound familiar. Hey, let me say you something. My talking points are to help people, to help men to get off the manosphere track.
He remembers you from Bernard, right? From your voice as well.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not here. If DJ Kuda said I'm making a lot of enemies in the manosphere space. They say I'm making a lot of enemies, and to me, I say good. I'm making enemies because I'm trying to help guys. I'm trying to destroy your platform, not necessarily destroy it, but I'm trying to change the way people think. And of course, I'm gonna create enemies because it's gonna take away their money. It's gonna take away their money because they want you on the crack. Let me tell you something. If I'm a guy and I'm going to the streets and I'm trying to get people off of drugs, the drug dealers are gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad because they want to keep those guys on drugs. They're gonna try to take me out. They're gonna blow up my house. They're gonna try to shoot me. They're gonna do whatever it takes to get rid of me because I'm messing up their operation. I'm almost like the DEA. The drug cartels, they hate the DEA because the DEA
drug enforcement, drug enforcement agency. Yeah.
Yeah, the Drug Enforcement Agency, the cartels, all the cartels, they hate the DEA because the DEA is trying to prevent them from distributing poison around the world.
Yeah.
Because, like I said once before, let me tell you something, if these guys were helping, if these guys were truly helping people, I could see that. It'd be cool, but none of them, they not helping nobody. Come on, let's be honest. These guys are
Yeah.
not helping people. They
But
they they
anyway,
are they are. Go ahead.
I gotta wrap up. So
Yeah,
you could kick your final game. I'm
yeah,
just here listening. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
wrap up, right?
Well,
So just you could kick your game.
yeah. My last thing is this: is that like I said once before, come to my channel. Um, I'm gonna
Yeah, I
give you
already
some.
saw.
I'm gonna give you solutions. I'm going to give you solutions. If you want to stay on the manosphere crack, go right ahead, stay. I'm not here. If you
But
want to continue,
before hold on, let's get one thing. Let's tell you one thing. Um, no, let me give you the joke, right? When you resurface, right? When you resurface back like by Reg, right? I was like, wait, I was like, hold up. I typed in your name and then I realized I was sub to you like a long time and then I remembered actually watching the video that I know you for and then I was like, oh, I can't remember, but how I end up sub to Rommie P like because at the time I was I want to remember like when and how I subbed there because it's a long I know it was a long time till I was subbed there and
yeah, it was long. It
but
was 4 years, probably 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it was probably 4 years ago, and I've debated because I was gonna make the channel, and then I was like, because I work and I do a lot of other things and stuff like that. But now that I got some free time, I said, let me do this channel. Let me do this because like I said, I could have did what Taylor Made did before Taylor Made. I was in DR before Taylor Made ever even stepped foot in DR. So but I said I want to do something. I want to do something to really help people. My my channel is probably similar to maybe black men travel. It's probably similar to that, but I do it on the African scale. They do it on the Colombia, DR scale. They're
Spanish.
more, yeah, they're more mongering. They not gonna say they not mongering, but they more mongering. And let me tell you something.
Bulgarian.
Yeah, they're on the mongering tip. They they
Yeah.
don't they, they don't want to say it, but they on the mongering tip. And let me tell you, it ain't nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do. And see, and that's the thing that's with the manosphere. A lot of these guys, they want to monger in the US. They want to monger, they want to run through women. And there's nothing wrong with running through women, but you cannot run through women in the US because women, they don't need your money. They don't need your money and they don't have to deal with you. See, back in the day, see, they wanted to go back into the old days. I give you a perfect example. I have a former friend. I'm not a friend with this person anymore, but I have a former friend. It's a female. She and she's my friend. She's not somebody I date. She's older than me. But her father had maybe about 7 or 8 kids.
Mm.
7 or 8 kids. He stayed married to his wife to the day he died. They stayed married roughly maybe about 50, probably I say about 40 years. However, he had three different children outside of their marriage. Three different children.
Mm.
He was never a good father to his kids because he never taught. And I'm saying the boys, all the boys ended up on drugs or they end up going to jail because he didn't sit down with the time to teach his kids anything. But the woman never left, and the reason why the woman never left him, even though she knew that he was sleeping with other women, and that's just the three kids he had outside of his marriage with three different women. That's not all the times he probably didn't cheated,
Yeah.
but she never,
But I got
she never left him.
I
She
gotta head
never,
out now.
yeah.
I gotta head out now. My battery thing. So
Okay, okay,
we
well,
could
man.
continue. We could continue this and I'll let Reg know. You understand what I'm saying? So.
Well,
Well,
most
I
definitely.
always let him know. Yeah, but big thanks for coming through. Though. We had to do this again, bro. Trust me, dog.
All right, then. Peace
We
out,
had to do
man.
we had to do something like yeah. Thanks, dog. Respect, dog. Bless.
All right, then. Peace.
Yeah, man. Peace out.